Hanna Marin, my favorite liar in the show. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm going to start by saying the best thing that I liked about Hanna was the fact that I felt like her reactions were genuine to how a real teenager would act in the life that she has. I mean, she and her mom has faced foreclosure, which means closing down their house and possibly losing their house and their assets. She's faced her father leaving her and her mom to create a whole new family and then just not even caring about the family he left behind. She's faced being threatened by A. She's faced being physically harassed by A and abused. She's faced guys treating her like crap. She's faced so much. She's faced being bullied about her weight. She overcame bulimia. Like, she went through a lot in this show. And the fact that she doesn't even really get her flowers for it is really disheartening because she went through a lot. And the fact that the other liars try to basically diminish how she reacts to certain situations, like, I don't like that. Like, I feel like she acts the most genuine way a real teenager would act going through all of this. Yet she's always the one being called out for how she reacts. Like, excuse me, I'm sorry that I'm not handling being abused and threatened the way that you see fit. No. And the one thing I hate more than anything else is the way that the liars treated her when Allison came back. Like, I mean, I could not be friends with the liars if I was Hanna. Like, I would drop them so quick. Like, when Allison came back, first off, Hanna was the one that got treated the worst out of the girls when Allison was there in the first place. Like, any flashback scene we see Allison in, she's always saying something negative about Hanna or making Hanna feel bad, to where Hanna would start crying. And you mean to tell me I'm supposed to be happy upon your return? Like, why were the girls happy that Allison was coming back again? Because all Allison did was make all of them feel miserable about themselves, always get them into trouble, keeping secrets, telling lies, and even after Allison disappeared, they were still living in Allison's, like, movie. Like, they were trying to figure out and put together the lies that Allison created to help them figure out who's bullying them, like, who's torturing them. Like, they were still living, trying to figure out what Allison was keeping from them. Like, they said it in one episode, this is Allison's movie and we're still the actors. Like, I felt that. Yet y'all are gonna be mad at Hanna whenever she's not 100% Yahoo, la-di-da when Allison comes back. No. And Hanna was right, because Allison did come back and keep secrets. She didn't learn from her lesson. She still created a whole new group of girls to basically be under her little spell when she came back, and still tried to take over and rule the school, and then went back to her old antics. Like, she was not putting up with it again. This is when she warned Allison, if you cross me again, we're done. Like, and I'm honestly, she's better than me, because I wouldn't have even... She's better than me. And then, spoiler alert, whenever Allison was protecting Charles or Cece Drake, and being like, hey, I don't want her in jail, and I feel for her, she's went through so much. Hannah's like, what the heck about us? She put us through this. Like, what do you mean you're worried about her? We should be your main focus. And the fact that everybody was trying to shut Hanna down, and that's what I love about Hanna, is that she'll call you out. She called Spencer out. Why are you trying to shut me down, Spencer? I'm just saying what I'm feeling. Like, they always tried to shut her down, and it made me so mad. Like, Hanna was a real one. Like, yeah. And then, not gonna lie, this couple was the it couple. Like, he would do anything for her, and she would do anything for him. They stood 10 tones down for each other, and I'm telling you, season 6 and season 7 didn't even happen in my mind, because the way the writers ruined this relationship, and they did have them get together in the end, but you would have lost me. No, the fact that Caleb and Spencer got together, there's no way if I was Hanna, I would get back with the boyfriend that was my first in every single way, like the first man who truly loved me. They spent their first night together. They spent literally they had so many firsts together. They were figuring out who A was. They just lived this whole life together just to throw it all away for Spencer. Like, you got me messed up. I wouldn't have got back with him. My mind wouldn't have even let me forget that you got with my best friend. Mind you, Hanna said no to Rin when Rin wanted to date Hanna, because Hanna said, oh no, I don't date my friends' exes. It would not be right. Spencer apparently doesn't get that memo. I mean, we've been knew that, but still. Another topic I want to touch bases on is I hate that she was compared to Allison all the time, because just because she had blonde hair before Allison went missing. But yeah, because she had blonde hair and decided to take fashion seriously, all of a sudden she was trying to replace Allison. What? And what makes it even worse is that I love the books, and this is what Hanna looks like in the books. She's gorgeous, by the way, but like, how is she supposed to be taking Allison's life? Like, I hated that whole storyline that she was becoming the new Allison. I'm like, she can never escape Allison. But something that I liked about Hanna is that she was always the comedic relief. Like, all of her one-liners are so iconic. Like, when she said, please, Jenna can't hear us, she's blind. And she was just so funny. Like, you just got a little bit of everything. She was never 100% always serious. She wasn't 100% always funny. She gave us personality. Like, that's what I love about Hanna. Now, I'm not gonna lie, out of all the liars, Hannah's fashion sense isn't my favorite. And she is fashionable, and around this time what she was wearing was truly fashion. It was what everybody wanted to look like. She was always hopping on the newest fashion trends and stuff, and that's why she was the fashionista in the show. But to me, I always hated how the costume designers always put her in blazers and really sometimes didn't even try. Like, I mean, this outfit is iconic since it's like the first outfit we ever see her in the series, because it's a season 1 episode 1. But like, she has so many better outfits, and they would always just kind of, I don't know, she never stuck with one aesthetic, which I like, but then again I didn't like. Sorry, Hanna. Now, the one thing about Hanna that I say I didn't really agree with was the fact that she was very willing to throw someone else under the bus. Like, right after she would plead for someone else to not throw her under the bus. Like, for instance, her mom faced foreclosure and stole money from a bank and was going through all of this illegal stuff. But as soon as she heard that Melissa, Spencer's sister, was a possible suspect for what happened to Allison, they were always saying someone in Rosewood had something to do with Allison. But she was so willing to go to the police, like, immediately. And Spencer had to kind of check her and be like, look, you just asked us not to be so harsh on you. Do the same. But other than that, she always got treated badly. She always got the worst end of the stick. She's my queen. Like, no one will ever convince me that anybody was a better character than Hanna. And no one can convince me that she didn't get treated the worst by A. Like, she literally got tortured. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, she deserved so much better. And yeah.